We're now in our episode 2 of ESL Podcast, and our guest from today is from Kumamoto City, Japan, and she is a basketball player. I said she is. Please welcome Aki. Hello, Aki. How are you today?
Hi.
So this is very interesting, guys, because for today we're gonna talk about basketball. But it's not just about playing basketball, because Aki here, she was and has been a basketball player since elementary, right?
Yes.
And I think until now you're still playing. So yeah, this is a very interesting topic for you guys. So for those basketball fans out there, you should get your coffee and sit down and have a conversation with us. So let's start. Let's talk about your childhood first. All right. So, who influenced you in playing basketball?
My parents.
Your parents.
Yeah, so my parents also play basketball and teach me.
Okay. And you told me that your father is a PE or physical education teacher.
Yes.
Yes, he is. For how long?
Still now.
Until now.
Yeah, so I don't know how long.
That's fine. Okay. So, why were you convinced to play basketball because of your father? Do you watch his trainings? Do you watch his classes?
Yeah, when I was a kid, I watched his training, his team training.
Okay.
Yes.
In the gym. Okay. And so, which part of your father's training do you like the most? I mean, before, while you're watching your father and his team, and which part of the training did you like?
Actually, it's very long time ago, so I don't remember.
I see, okay.
Yes, but just I like watching their game.
All right. So, at what age did you first hold the ball?
When I was 3 years old, I touched the ball.
Okay. And actually, maybe that's your father's basketball.
Yes.
I see. Okay. So, maybe you cannot remember, right? You were 3 years
Of
old.
course.
Okay. So, your first basketball experience was in elementary, yes?
Yes.
Okay. Can you tell us a story about that elementary experience in basketball?
Actually, my elementary school is very small, so there is only basketball club
Basketball
for female. That's why I started to play basketball.
Okay. Your school is a female school or a combination of male and female school?
A combination school.
Combination.
Yeah.
Okay. So, going back in your elementary days, so if you can remember even just one thing that you had a great experience in playing basketball when you were in elementary, what would be that experience? Elementary days, we usually just, children have fun. They actually maybe play games together with their friends, or maybe children just stay at home. But in your case, you play basketball.
When I was elementary school student, I was sub-captain in the team, but I was not good at playing basketball that time.
Okay.
So I didn't have opportunity to play a lot.
I see.
So I just remember I felt sad.
You felt sad?
Yes.
Is it because you lost the game, or because you feel like you're not improving in playing basketball?
Yeah.
Which one? You felt sad because you lost the game, or because you feel like you're not improving basketball at that time?
Not improving.
Not improving. Okay. Speaking of not improving, so back in your elementary days, what were the trainings that you've had, or even just one?
Just transition.
Okay.
Or
Transition. You mean how to play the game? What could be the set plays, right? Well, that's good. But so in elementary, they've taught you how to do transition plays.
Yes.
Okay. Because usually they teach it for like university players, professional players, right? Okay. Now, let's go back in your elementary days. Did your father teach you, or did you have a personal training with your father?
Actually, no, because he was busy because of his job.
I see.
Yeah, so every weekend he had the training of his team.
Okay.
So that's why I didn't.
I see. So it means to say that you had your own training, or maybe a school training. I see. Okay. You remember how many times in a week? Did you have your training?
Maybe 4 times a week.
That's a lot.
Really?
So if we have 7 days,
Yeah.
and you have 4 days training,
Yeah.
you only have 3 days to rest.
Yes.
Okay. I think that's a lot.
Really?
Yeah.
It's normal in Japan.
But probably the Philippines, elementary level, okay? Probably 2 to 3 times a week would be okay. So I think that's a little bit hard training. Not really.
Not really, because it's short time. Only
time.
1 or 2 hours.
1 or 2
time.
hours. Okay. Because in the Philippines, we usually train for a whole day. Yeah, because back in my elementary days, I was a basketball player in my 6th grade, but I was not the first 5. You know, first 5, right? I was just like a substitute. But yeah, it was a great experience. Okay, now let's move on to your high school days. Okay, you told me that you had your first injury in high school.
Yes.
Can you tell us a story about it?
While I was playing, I jumped to grab rebound, and when I landed, I stepped on someone's foot,
Okay.
and I twist
Ouch.
my right ankle.
Yes. I can imagine now how you fell when you took a high jump, and you said you fell on the player's foot, right?
Yes.
I think that's so painful.
Yes, so painful. I couldn't walk.
You couldn't walk
Yeah.
for how many days?
Maybe 1 week.
Did you tell yourself at that time, I won't play basketball again?
No.
So you kept on playing even though you had that injury?
I wanted to play again.
Okay.
But I thought I need to take a rest.
Okay, you need to take a rest and need to take care of your food.
Yes.
Yes, because actually in basketball, guys, if you're watching, basketball is a, how can I say? It's a fun and exciting game, but you have to take care of your arms, your hands, and your foot or your feet, right?
Yes.
Because these are probably the most important parts of the body when you play basketball. Okay, so in high school, did you have a hard time trying to balance studying and basketball training?
Yes, it's difficult. Yeah.
Okay, so how did you balance studying and playing basketball or basketball training?
We had exam sometimes. So, but before exam, we had 1 week day off.
Okay.
So that time I studied intensively in a short time.
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you know when you really like what you're doing, for example, basketball, maybe while you're taking an exam, you would think of, how many shots should I take later? How many? What could be my new strategy later? Did it divide your attention, studying and basketball training?
Yes, I did.
So can you tell us the feeling of, that attention is being divided? It's like my example. You're taking an exam, but you're thinking about the game later.
I could just focus on my study. After that, I could think about basketball.
Okay. What is the usual time of basketball training? Is it in the morning or in the afternoon? or in the evening?
After school.
After school, so
Yeah.
probably that will be from 6 p.m.
From 4:30 p.m.
Okay, until?
to 7.
4:30 to 7. So
Yeah.
that's like 2.5 hours of training. Okay, all right, good. At your school, you told me that it's a female school.
Yes,
Back in high school, right?
high school.
Okay. Have you ever played with boys?
When I was a junior high school student,
Mhm.
I did it. Yeah.
Okay, so how did you play with those boys? I mean, you know, when you're playing, especially men, when they play basketball, it's really like you have a physical contact, right? Elbow, maybe arms, right?
Yeah.
Was it difficult, or the boys would just try to let you play?
Yeah, it was difficult to defense, but I didn't want to lose,
Okay.
even though they are man. So I try to play.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, our guest here, she played with boys, but still, she had this eagerness to win the game. That's really good. Okay, so in high school, have you ever won any championships, or maybe you were the best team in your high school?
Yes. Just one time,
Mm-hmm.
we became best 8.
Best 8 or
Best
top 8?
team. Top 8
Okay.
team. Yeah.
Did you get any rewards?
No.
No rewards?
No award, but we were very happy.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Last question about your high school days. Have you ever thought of playing other sports, or just you focused too much on basketball?
I just focus on play basketball.
You didn't try any other sports?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you ever told yourself, like, I want to try volleyball, I want to try badminton, I want to try table tennis?
In PE class, I played some sports, but not good at playing that one. So
I see.
Yeah, I choose basketball.
I see. But the last time you played volleyball in CIP Sports
Oh
Fest,
yeah.
actually, I was waiting at that time for you to play basketball.
Yeah,
Why didn't you play?
I wanted to play, but already they're
Complete.
I
see.
people.
Actually, the players at that time were really young. The the 3 Korean kids.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So now let's talk about your university days. What was your major back then?
My major is sports science.
Sports science. If you were gonna graduate as a sports science major, so what could be your job after?
Some my friends became pro sports player,
Okay. Okay.
but half of us they became sports instructor or PE teacher like that.
Okay. Speaking of PE teacher, you told me that you are a physical education teacher as well, right?
Yes.
And you did a part-time job as a gym receptionist.
Yes.
Correct? Okay, could you tell us a story about being a PE teacher? First question, was it difficult to be a PE teacher?
Actually, I just have a license
Okay.
to teach PE, but I didn't take test to become PE teacher.
All right, I got it.
It's not part-time job.
Okay.
Like full-time, but not
Not probably like a stable kind of job.
Just 1 year.
Okay. So you taught what? Children, adults, or young
for
people?
Junior high school.
Junior high school
Yeah,
students. Okay.
students.
Yeah, can you tell us a story about your experience teaching junior high school students?
Yeah, it's difficult to handle the students. Yeah, because they are young
Yep.
and very energetic.
Okay.
So it's stressful.
I think so.
Sometimes, yeah.
You remember what are their ages? children, right? So like what, 9 years old, 10 years old?
13 years old
Okay.
to 15 years old.
So they were like teenagers already.
Teenager, yeah.
Okay. Female or male and female?
Male and female.
Male and female.
Yeah.
Okay. What could be the difficult part of teaching teenagers?
My students are beginner
Okay.
of basketball player, so I have to teach basic
Okay. From zero, right?
from zero. Yeah. And
Like what? Dribbling?
yeah,
Proper dribbling?
Also rules also.
Rules, of course. That's important. If you want to be a good basketball player, you should know the rules, right? It's not just you're gonna shoot, or play.
Yeah.
You like talk to them. So you try your best to speak in English.
Yeah.
Okay. Was it difficult at first?
Yeah. At first, if there are a foreigner, I just say, "Wait, please," and then
Okay.
I called other coworkers.
All right.
Yeah, and they can speak English.
I see.
So
I understand because if you're working in a multinational company or a community, you have to actually know their language, right? Or else you might not talk to your customers effectively, right? So what did you do? I mean, did you try to learn English by your own, or did you ask your coworkers to teach you English?
at first, I asked about English or English experience
Okay.
for my coworkers, and after that, when I was a university student, I went to Australia for 2 weeks.
For 2 weeks,
yeah,
okay.
to study English.
Ah, all right. So you mean that you cut your university days for you to study in Australia, or after you graduated?
During spring vacation.
Spring vacation.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. Where in Australia did you go?
I went to Gold Coast.
Gold Coast. How was your experience in Gold Coast studying English?
Yeah, it was really fun because I had many experience, and also I can have good friends in foreign countries.
Okay, that's nice. So until now, do you have contact with these Australian friends?
Yes.
Okay. How about studying English in Australia? Was it difficult? Was it easy, or was it? It's fine.
Only group class.
Only group class. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard Australian schools or ESL schools, they only offer group class. Okay.
Yeah, so I could make friends, but my English level not so improved.
Yeah, that's actually normal for students. It takes time.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Okay. Good. Which skill in English did you try your best to develop? Is it speaking, listening, or writing when you were in Australia?
I try to speaking a lot,
Okay.
and I stayed the home.
So the Australian family, were they nice to you? Were they kind? Do you remember their family name?
My host mother is Cassie.
Cassie.
Yeah, she's
Okay.
a good person, very kind.
All right.
And if I had time to speak with her, I try to communicate with her
That's
a
good.
lot of time.
Do you want to visit her again someday?
Yeah.
So Miss Cassie, if you're watching, Aki wants to visit you someday. All right. Maybe she's watching right now. We don't know. Okay. Now, going back with your basketball career, if I may to say, in basketball and studying English. Now, let's try to connect the two. Okay. Studying English and playing basketball both involves training. Yes?
Yes.
If you want to improve your skills in English, you have to do a lot of training. Same in basketball. So, first question about this one. Do you think the training in studying English and the training in playing basketball should be a hard training or not really?
Depends.
Why do you think it depends?
If I want to speak English
Fluently.
I have to practice a lot of time.
Yep.
So sometimes I need to practice hard.
Yes. While in basketball,
Yeah, basketball also.
Same?
Yeah.
yeah, you have to practice shooting, you have to practice dribbling. Oh, by the way, I forgot. You told me that your strong point in playing basketball was rebounding, right? Rebound and block.
Block, yeah.
Wow. So our guest here is a good defensive player.
No.
Is it really, when you say rebound, by the way, let's share this word to our audience. When you say rebound, when the player takes a shot and it misses, you have to grab it, right?
Yeah.
So that your team could have your ball possession. Yeah. But it's actually difficult, right?
Yes.
You have to use your back. You have to be strong because you have to
Yeah.
defend the ball. Do you have any strategies about it?
Yeah, timing is very important. Just I try to watch the ball
Okay.
all time.
Okay.
So when I grab rebound,
All right. You watch the ball, not the player.
just like hand,
The
I use
direction of the hand.
and then I touch.
Okay. All right. Wow. Good strategy. Okay. Now, in studying English, of course, you have to practice all the time. And you have to know the basic skills. We're talking about grammar. We're talking about vocabulary, right? Is it the same in basketball? Do you think basic skill is important in basketball?
Yes, it's very important.
Why do you think so?
Yeah, because if I don't know basic, I can't improve my skill.
Yes.
Yeah, so
Because the basic skills are the foundation of everything, right? Even in marketing, even in photography, videography, you have to know the basic or the fundamentals. Okay, now that you're here in CIP studying English, by the way, what is your course now in CIP?
now IELTS.
Your course now is IELTS.
Yes.
Okay, academic or
No,
general
general.
training? General training.
General.
Okay. Well, that's fine because it depends on the need of the student. If you want to work abroad, or if your need is to study abroad, that you can either take general training or academic, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Why are you taking IELTS? Why do you need it?
In the future, I want to use English in my job. So yeah, that's why I want to learn about IELTS, and then I want to English more frequently.
Okay. That's
Fluently.
nice.
Yeah.
Fluently.
Fluently.
Yeah, frequently. You can practice English frequently.
Yeah.
It means all the time, right? Okay, now let's talk about your favorite basketball players. I'm sure that you have favorite basketball players.
Yeah.
Because in my case, I have a lot of favorite basketball players. Even in Philippine basketball, I have a lot of favorite players. Even in national basketball, just like NBA, I have a lot of favorite players. So let's talk about your favorite player in Japan.
Yeah. My favorite player is Hachimura Rui.
Hachimura Rui. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Why do you like him?
Because he's the first NBA player in Japan.
Okay. NBA.
Yeah.
So probably he was drafted in NBA. Was it
Yes.
last year or what year was he drafted?
Last year.
Last year.
Yeah.
Okay. And where is he from? I mean, is he pure Japanese or?
His mother is Japanese, and his father is Beninese.
Okay. So his father is from Benin, Africa.
Benin, yeah.
Okay. So I think he's tall, right?
Yes, his height is 2 meters.
Okay. So he plays what? Which position in basketball?
His position is small forward.
Small forward. By the way, how about you? When you were a basketball player, what was your position?
At first forward,
Forward.
but after graduate junior high school, I became center position.
Center position. Guys, being a center position is not easy. Right?
Yeah.
You have to be strong because you're underneath the basket You have to defend. And you have to use your body to defend all the players.
Yes.
Center position. Okay. You said that
Hachimura.
Hachimura is playing now in NBA.
Yes.
What team?
Washington Wizards.
Okay. Yo, he's playing with the Washington Wizards.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan used to play in Wizards
Oh, really?
before he retired. That was, I think, his last team in NBA.
Oh,
Okay, that's good.
yeah.
I wanna watch his video someday.
Yeah, you
Hachimura
should.
Ruby. He's playing NBA, right?
Yes.
Do you know how old is he, or maybe an estimate?
Maybe he's 23 years old.
Still young.
Yes.
He has still a long way to go in his career. Okay, all right. Is he famous in Japan?
Yes.
He is.
He is.
So probably even male players know him a lot, right?
Yes.
Okay. Hachimura Rui. I'm gonna search his YouTube videos in NBA. How about NBA? Who's your favorite player?
Kobe Bryant.
Oh yeah. By the way, we give respect to the late Kobe Bryant, who just passed away last week. I
Yeah.
think. Yeah, Kobe Bryant was one of my favorite players since I was a kid. Yeah. Okay. Why do you like Kobe Bryant so much?
Because he's good at shooting. He can shoot everywhere. So, yeah, I can't explain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he always do his best to get higher points in one game, like 30 points, maybe 40 points. That's Kobe Bryant. You know what I like from him? He's good. When he was young, he was good at dribbling. Do you know the word crossover?
Yes.
Right? From left to right with a head and shoulder fake. Actually, that's one skill of Kobe Bryant. And that's one reason why he became popular at that time. Okay. Have you watched his games?
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Kobe Bryant, is he famous in Japan?
Yes, of course.
Yes. Okay. And yeah, it's a big loss, but I'm sure a lot of basketball players will be inspired from the late Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, to wrap up our show, what could be your advice to Japanese women? Maybe, there are Japanese women who are watching right now and they want to play
Yeah.
basketball just like what you did. Because, people think that basketball is just for men. Our guest here is a good basketball player. So, how are you going to inspire Japanese women?
Yeah. In Japan, basketball is minor sport. But basketball is team sports. So the player can get a lot of friends who support or help anytime, and you can not only get skill of how playing basketball, but also learn a lot of things.
Of course.
Yes, and make precious memories.
Wow, I like that word. You make precious memories. And part of that memory could be winning or losing, right? Playing sports, you should accept that sometimes you're gonna win, sometimes you're gonna lose.
Yeah.
But of course, as a team, you have to try your best to win or to win each game, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Good. So if there are Japanese women who are watching right now, try your best or try playing basketball, and it's gonna be really good, just like Aki here. She had a great experience in playing basketball. Okay, how about giving advice to Japanese people who want to study English?
I'm also still studying now, and it's not easy to speak fluently in a minute.
Yep.
So we need to continue to speaking
It's okay.
English. Yeah. So just practice every day.
All right. Okay. Remember that. If you want to improve your English speaking skills, you have to practice every day, just like basketball.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so that's it for our show. Aki, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And do you want to greet your friends here in CIP? You wanna thank somebody? You wanna...
yeah. 日本人の皆さん、一緒に CIP で勉強しませんか？体育館もあるので一緒にバスケットボールもできます。ぜひ来てください。
And you're watching ESL Podcast, English Stories and Lifestyles. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button for more videos.